Hi, thank you for joining me today for another Using My Scraps video. And in today's process video, I'm going to create a layout using Shards. This is another favourite of mine. They really make a photo the central point of a layout. So you can see the photo is me and the kids. Back in 2012, we were in Chester and Ross took a picture of the three of us, which was unusual because he's not brilliant at taking photos. It's normally me, so it's nice to have this photo, albeit I'm not overly keen of the photo of myself, but I don't think we ever are we really? So I've pulled out all the blue scraps from my scrap box because Amelia's got her black coat on, but James has got blue on and I've got blue. So I thought that was definitely the focal colour in the photo. So that's the one that I wanted to pull out by using these scraps. And you can see I'm just cutting triangles from these pieces of paper. So this piece is still 12 inches long, so I didn't want to lose that 12-inch length because I can use that on a future layout. So I just cut a long strip off, and then you can see I've cut that to 6 inches and then cut that 6-inch piece in half diagonally to create 2 more shards. And then this piece will get used, just trimming off the die cut, I don't know what you call it, the die cut scraps I suppose from when I'd used it for die cutting. And I'm just adding that, and I am going to bend all of these shards up a little bit just to create a little bit of movement on the page, and I'm also going to add some mixed media to the background just to make things pop a little bit. It also helps changing the look of your scraps when you're using the same papers time and time again. Sometimes by altering the background it makes them look a little bit different, as well as obviously the way that you're using them, like today using them on as shards. So I'm just using my ATG gun to get these stuck down to each other and to the photo, and then I can draw around them roughly to see where they're going to sit on the page, and then use my inks and things to create the background. So just working in sets of 3 really. So I've got 3 at the top, and then these 3 around the left hand side, and then another 4 I think it is at the bottom. So just slowly adding them to the page, and here's where I'm bending them up a little bit, and I've managed to stop myself from distressing all the edges today. You'll be pleased to see, not a distresser in sight today, just using them as plain cut edges. So again, just running the ATG across those papers and then getting them stuck down under the photo. Just bending up those edges so they've got a bit of a crease in the corner, in the centre. And then here I am with my pencil, just roughly drawing around inside these lines so that I know where to put my mixed media. And the plan is to use some Tim Holtz Distress Oxides, which is one of my favourite mediums, and create some lines coming out from those shards. So I grab Speckled Egg and Chipped Sapphire. So this first one is Chipped Sapphire, and you can see I'm just using the edge of the pad just to rub across the paper to create those lines, and then I'm going to come in again with Speckled Egg and do the same thing, so just a slightly lighter colour on the page there. I'm also going to add some pen marks just to deepen up those edges. So you can see I've got the shards, the lines coming out from the shards, and then I wanted to add some more colour to the edges of the photo where we've just got the photo showing. So just coming in with those 2 ink pads on that right hand side, and then I'll do some more at the bottom here. Not sure exactly how I'm going to embellish yet, so I just wanted to get this background sorted and then I can work from there. So here I am with my black gel pen. First of all, just adding a line with a couple of dots coming out of the centre of each of the shards, and then later on you'll see I do further embellish that line just to make them stand out a little bit more. And I still feel that the background's very, very stark. It's a stark white, so I am going to come in with something else shortly. First of all, just adding a bit more ink. I wasn't happy with the positioning of the ink versus the shard at the bottom here, so I was just adding a little bit more. And this is what else I wanted to add to the background. So I'm coming in with my weathered wood, and this is a Darkroom Door background stamp. It's just a beautiful script stamp. There are plenty of script stamps out there on the market, but this makes such a difference to the background. It really fills in those white spaces and sort of softens the edges of everything. So I'm doing 2nd and 3rd generation printing as well with that ink. It's just a subtle background texture that I wanted, and then I'm coming in with this gold watercolour to add some splatters. This is a slightly paler gold. It's not as yellow as the one that I often use. And then this paper, if you've been watching this series, you'll know that I carefully cut a word out of that previously because I wanted to keep this circular piece that says "This sparks joy," and it fits perfectly in that 2-inch circle punch. So I've just punched that out, and then I'm going to use that as an embellishment in the bottom left-hand corner of the photo. So that shard wasn't stuck down very well, so I'll have to manipulate that when I move things back onto the page, but just adding some ATG now and then trying to get this positioned in the pencil lines that I'd added previously. Not always very easy, so you can see I'm just moving that shard at the bottom that had moved and then bringing in my T-square ruler just to check that everything is straight on the page. So I see here that I haven't quite got it right on those pencil lines, so I'm just moving it across a little bit more. So back with the T-square again just to check, and that's good to go. So grabbing that circle, and I'm going to add that onto foam pads just to make it stand up a little bit because the rest of the photo is flat on the page. It's not adding too much dimension by adding that onto a foam pad. And then I'm going to start going through bits and pieces in my drawer. So this is from the Sunburst chipboard words from 49er Market, and it just says together time, so I think that's a good start. And then I'm going through some of these sticker pieces. This is from, I think, a Maggie Holmes sticker book, Woodland Grove maybe. And I find this lovely blue butterfly, which is the perfect blue to go with all those other blues of the shards. So I'm going to, because it's a clear sticker, I just wanted to stick it onto the card just to make it a little bit more stable as well, so that I could bend it up and it's not just going to flop everywhere. And then I'm actually going to rest that on that This Sparks Joy circle shortly. So now into my Heidi Swap sticker book. This is quite an old one now, and I found one that said heart eyes, and it's sort of that dusky pink which works really nicely with our skin tones. So I added that to the word strips. So I'm just going to stick the chipboard piece down and then carry on going through and see what else I've got. Just sticking that butterfly, as I say, just overlapping that This Sparks Joy piece. And then I find a couple of other little clear stickers, some flowers and some hearts that I just dot around the page. This hydrangea piece doesn't actually stay up there. I was just so excited to find something in the right tone of blue that I added it up there, but I do move it in due course. So as I say, just looking through and seeing what I can find. This little label sticker is perfect just to add that it was Chester and the date. I'm documenting quite a few photos from this trip out because I've got some gorgeous ones of the kids. So I don't need to add loads of journaling on every layout that I do about it. This one says picture this. This is an older Vicky Boutin collection. Again, can't remember which one it is now, but these stickers are all in this book. So these oval stickers I've struggled with. I've been ignoring them really, but I thought today was the day to try and use them. So I've got one that says memories made, one that says time together, and one that says I enjoyed this. I'm just moving that back up into that cluster of 3. And then I'm going to dot around some of these hearts and stars. Again, focusing them in on the white blank space, just because they've got quite a big white border, but that doesn't notice so much when it's on white cardstock. So now, again, this is a washi tape sticker that says this, and I do put it at the top of the photo there, but I'm not happy with it, so I do move it shortly. So this is where I'm just going and adding some squiggles to those lines, just to make them a little bit more prominent. Just literally just squiggling along and adding a few more lines if I felt that they needed it, particularly on that bottom right hand side. So this is a camera that I fussy cut from that paper that I had full of cameras. So I'm going to add that at the bottom here. So just moving those clear stickers that I had there to alternative positions, and then the camera I'm going to add some foam to the top. So it'll be stuck down at the bottom, but the top of it is raised. So very nearly there now. I'm just bringing in some bits and pieces from my little drawers on my desk. I've got this lovely gingham heart. We sell these in our bits and pieces pack, and the resin dot, and another gingham heart in blues. Just adding to the top there. And then moving this hydrangea sticker down to the bottom, and I'm much happier with it down there. And this is where I pull up this sticker and pop it down at the bottom with the words. And that's it. I hope it's inspired you to reach for your scraps, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.